talk about our reader. All your words to know are here. Number 1 is sing. These children sing with the music teacher. Number 2, do. The school principal has many things to do. Number 3, they. They like to work together in class. Number 4, find. The librarian helps children find books. Number 5 is funny. The art teacher drew a funny animal. Number 6, no. You cannot cross until the cars are gone. No. So sing, do, they, funny, find, no. They're on your board in your classroom, and if you click them, they'll take you to a little fun video you can watch that goes with them. Just a little friendly suggestion. Turn the page. All right. So what do children like to do at school? Well, here it says they read books, they sing songs, they paint, they draw, they write letters and words. So we're going to read Curious George at school to find out what happens at school. So how many of you guys like Curious George? I love Curious George. So our book club is going to be all about Curious George. And if you look on the bookshelf, there's a little picture of a monkey. And it has a video today, which is Monday, of a little monkey video. So I might leave it up all week, but I might not. So if you're listening today, which is Monday, August 31st, check out the monkey. All right, so the creators of this story. So the person who wrote this story is not actually Margaret and H.A. Ray. To be honest, I'm not even sure if they're still alive or not. I'd have to look it up. But they're the ones who started Curious George. So lots of other people have written books that use his character. So that's what happened here. So children all over the world love Curious George. The Rays books have been published in Spanish, French, Swedish, Japanese, and many other languages. Since the Rays wrote their first book about the curious little monkey, George has starred in more than 40 books, a TV show, and a movie. So George is a popular little monkey. This kind of story is a fantasy. A fantasy is a story that could not happen in real life. So we're going to look for animals that act like people. And I think that is definitely George. George is a little monkey who acts like he's a person. So here we go. Here's what the teacher wrote on the board. I'm going to read this first. Mr. Apple says, "Welcome to your first day of school." This is George. He can help a lot. George can sing. He is funny. Oh, there's 2 of your words you need to know. Look at him singing on the chair and holding hands with the kids. Look at him stacking lunch boxes and fruit and looks like milk or juice in his other hand. What a silly monkey. He can see the paints. Uh-oh. He sees paints. Do we think that this is going to end well? Mix, mix, mix a bit. Mix, mix, mix a lot. Oh, do you think this could be a problem? It is a big mess. Look at that exclamation mark. You have to get excited. It is a big mess. Look what George did. If you were the teacher and he did that, what would you do? Holy moly, what would you do if you were one of these other kids? George ran. What did he find? Oh, there's another one of your words, find. He looks like he's in a closet. I see a box that says light bulbs. That one says clean. I see a bucket with water. I bet he found the janitor's closet. He got a mop. He had a big job to do. Oh, there's one of your words. Do you think George can clean it up? We're going to find out. No. It is a big, big mess. You say that one loud because it's all capital. George is sad, sad, sad. They put sad in 3 times because that meant he was extra, extra sad. If he was just a little sad, they'd have said George is sad. But when they say George is sad, 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 that means he's really super sad. Look at that mess. I think that is the teacher, and I don't know who this lady is, and there's the janitor, and they are not happy people. But the kids are so sweet. Look what the kids are doing. Kids can help him do a big job. They can help him a lot. He is not sad. There's your word. Whoop, that was the end. So they got George to clean that mess up. They helped him out. Okay, I'm going to flip past this stuff. And real quick, we're going to look at this. It's called School Long Ago. This stuff is so interesting to me because we're going to look how kids used to go to school a long time ago. It says, how did children get to school? Was going to school long ago different from going to school today? Let's find out. There were no school buses long ago. Some children had to walk far to get to school. So look at these people. Look how differently they're dressed. Look at the kids. Kids dressed different back then, and this is the teacher. Look how differently she dressed. So I've heard my grandpa tell stories about when he was little, he'd have to ride a horse to school, or they'd have to walk to school. And in one field on the way to school, there was a mean bull. And him and his sister would have to sometimes go way around that field or try to hide from the bull. He's told me stories about it. So you think about that. You get to get up in the morning and wipe your eyes and get dressed. And in a regular school year, you get to just ride a bus to school. But a long time ago, kids didn't get to do that. They had to walk a long ways, or they had to maybe take a horse. Around here, some of them rode their horses to school. So that's kind of neat, and it would be cold or it'd be really hot, and kids didn't get to ride on a school bus. Let's find out what they brought to school. It says, what did children bring to school? Long ago, children did not have backpacks. They carried their things for school in their arms. Children did not have a lot of paper long ago either. They used chalk to write on small boards called slates. So look, this is a real picture of kids a long time ago writing on slates with their chalk. It was like little chalkboards. They might have been practicing their letters. I can't tell what they're doing there, but they would. That was sort of like their paper back then. They did not have paper like you guys do. So, what did children learn? Long ago, children learned reading, writing, and math. Some teachers taught children funny songs to sing. What do children learn in school today? I think you guys learn pretty much the same thing, but I will say I found an old reader that my dad bought at an auction, and it was a fourth grade reader from a long, long time ago, and they had some really hard stories those kids could read. So those kids back then, they had to work pretty hard. They had some pretty tough stuff they had to learn. So let's compare how it looked then and now. So then they had slates with chalk. Now you get a notebook with paper. Then, this is how kids came to school. Looks like they carried their stuff. They walked. Most of them probably walked. Today, you get a school bus. And check it out. This is how they carried all their books back and forth. They didn't get a backpack. They had these straps they put around their books, and they carried them by the straps. You guys get a backpack today. So that is pretty interesting to look at. We are going to be talking about these later. You have a thing on your bookshelf called action verbs. I want you to watch them. Action verbs are words that mean you're moving or you're actually doing something. And I'm going to talk to you more about it tomorrow, but you may go over it with your mom and dad. That's your reader. Practice all week long. You can listen to me read it as much as you want. It'll be on your bookshelf all week. And you especially need to be reading it on your own.